Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King, and today I'm going to be giving you part 4 of What If Naruto Was the Otsutsuki King. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Banished and got a supernatural ability that I posted over on Anime King 2. And later on, I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Izuna Uchiha was Naruto's ancestor, so stay tuned for that and I hope you guys enjoy. And on this channel, I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto was a badass genius, so stay tuned for that and I hope you guys enjoy it as well guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say we begin this new episode? Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last time we left off, Naruto was called to the forest by Anfu as Naruto came out there to see Jiraiya and also Sarutobi. As Naruto was introduced to Jiraiya by Sarutobi, but Naruto didn't pay any mind as he asked why he was out here. Because he had to get to school, today was the day they would know their Jonin senseis. As Sarutobi was talking about his seals, as the seals on Naruto's body seemed to be getting worn out, because of the amount of chakra keep fluctuating through them, it was about to break. So Jiraiya was here to add new seals to his body. As Jiraiya added a seal called the Toma seal, as 5 commas appear in Naruto's chest. But Sarutobi and Jiraiya was surprised because when Naruto's seal was removed, he didn't lash out or anything. His chakra remained calm, it was not fluctuated. Perhaps over the years he has managed to control it all. But for now, they were still going to keep it under check. Because right now, at the rate his chakra was going, soon enough he'll be probably past 9 kills in chakra. They don't even know where it's at right now because they haven't checked it in a while. Because it's just too much destructive chakra to release in an era of the village. With that, Naruto headed back to school. Upon heading back to school, they learned that their sensei is Kakashi Hatake, as Kakashi told them to meet him tomorrow. And with that, Naruto headed back. Upon in the forest, as Naruto felt different today, when his chakra seals were off, the power fluctuating through his body was just immense. But the seals, these Toma seals, were stronger than the last one. They are diminishing some of his senses. He was then attacked by an Anfu, as Naruto quickly dodged each and every one of her strikes. As she was Yujeo, as Naruto asked her what did she want. She just said she wanted to see what the big fuss was about, for everyone to have an eye on him like that, and she heard that he has an abnormal chakra. The next day Kakashi came and told them to get the bell, and one of them will be sent back to the academy. Naruto quickly went and found his sister and Sasuke, as he told them there is no such thing as a 3-man team. So the group attacked him as Kakashi was surprised. He was even more surprised when Naruto appeared behind him as he quickly leaped away. But Naruto didn't go after the bells, he found that strange. He then saw Naruto with his book as Naruto threw it up in the air and told Sasuke to burn it. As Kakashi quickly jumped after it as Naruto bumped into Kakashi, taking the bells as he threw one to Mito and threw one to Sasuke. As he told them that they already know that it was teamwork. As Kakashi told them that they passed. We then had a time skip as the group has been doing D-ramp missions for a while now, and Mito was getting quite bored of them because all they've been doing is going after cats and all that, as Sarutobi decided to give him a C-ramp mission, as Kazuna came in as he was to deliver him to the land of Wave, as Sasuke was also excited that mission, finally something outside the village where he can test his skills. So yeah guys, that was basically the last where we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So, what do you say we begin this new episode? We begin this episode with Team 7 as they were going towards the land of Wave. Kazuna was in the center, Naruto was at the front, Kakashi was at the back, Mito was at the left, and Sasuke was at the right. As Mito was having a conversation with Kakashi. So why don't they have a ninja village, she asked. Well, the Wave does not resource for a ninja village, said Kakashi. They rely on other ninja villages for their assistant. Are they the only one? Or does other villages have ninja villages, she asks. No, most of them don't, some of the smaller ones. But as you know, the 5 great nations have them, said Kakashi. Yeah, I know that part, she said. But wouldn't that be rather troublesome, she asked. To not have a ninja village, she said as she turned towards Tazuna. What if the Wave country get attacked? Well, that would be certainly difficult, said Tazuna. As Tazuna was talking, Naruto narrowed his eyes at the man, as Naruto could feel a fluctuation of emotions coming from him. It was scared, and anger, and stressed out. Naruto could feel all of that just coming from the man. The man was lying about something, Naruto could tell that, but he didn't know what he was lying about. Kakashi then turned his head forward as he noticed a water puddle on their way. The sun was hot, so he knew this has to be a trap. As he wanted to see how his team would deal with them, the enemies that are trying to trap them in this poor, formulated trap. Anyone could tell about this. The sun was extremely hot. Why would a water puddle set there? It would have evaporated a long time ago. Meanwhile, Naruto wasn't saying anything, along with Sasuke. Sasuke already noticed a water puddle. As he activated Sharingan, he had activated the one totem Sharingan while training with Naruto, as he could already see the chakra signatures inside. His eyes landed on Naruto, and the chakra signature inside of Naruto, it was different. It seemed more suppressed, as he didn't know why, because in their normal training, Naruto, chakra was always fluctuating out, but now it seemed more suppressed. The reason being is because of the seal, but Sasuke didn't know that. The 5-toma seal on Naruto's chest that is holding back more of his chakra because the other seal was worn out. Naruto's eyes spotted the puddle. Naruto did not tell anyone about this, but his eyes are rather different from any other eyes. Because of their golden color, people wouldn't tell that his eyes could see chakra signatures, and that was strange. Not even he understand what was that about. He could definitely see the 2 chakra signatures in the water. They were waiting there for the perfect ambush. As he could see, there were no Genins. They were actually Chunin level, high Chunins, as that was rather surprising for Naruto, because if this was a normal mission, these guys shouldn't be after the bridge builder. Something was definitely wrong here. He then looked back at Mito as Sashi was talking to Kakashi, not even paying attention to what is going on. He will have to get her to look more around her surroundings. But he couldn't fault her for that, she was still a kid. Here he goes again, thinking that she was a kid and he was not. Well, he was different. Naruto stepped away from the group. Naruto, where are you going? Kakashi asks. As Naruto didn't say anything back, he just raised his hand up in the air and then slammed it down on the ground. Suddenly, a spike, multiple spikes, shot out from the water as 2 figures flashed out of it. So you notice us, the first one said. It seems he's rather smart for his age, the second one said, as the 2 brothers landed, Miyaizu and Gozu. What the hell? Mito said as she pulled their kunai, as Sasuke did the same. As Kakashi just narrowed his eyes at the both of them. These were the famous demon brothers. But why would they be coming after Tazuna? Well then, we're not here after any of you people. So if you will just let us take the bridge builder, everything will be fine. We can't let you do that, said Mito as she stepped forward. She stood in front of Tazuna. Our job is to protect him, and we can't let you take him. Miyaizu and Gozu had a connected chain together. They looked at Naruto. Well then, we will kill the first one. Now, as the both of them dashed forward with incredible speed, the both of them wrapped their chains around Naruto as they started to pull. But what is going on? The both of them realizing their chains is not ripping them apart. Something has it hooked. The both of them stop as they notice an iron rod pinning their chain down to the ground. Naruto grabbed both ends of the chain as he pulled it towards himself. Sasuke leaped up in the air as Naruto jumped back. Sasuke released a massive fireball that tore through the sky. Miyaizu speed through hand sign, water style. Water confinement dome, he said, as he spewed water out of his mouth to cover him and his brother. As the fireball and the water connected with each other, as it created a steam all over the area, Miyaizu and Gozu smirk. No, the steam, they have the advantage, as they pull a metal gauntlet on their arm as spikes extended from it. Miyaizu was about to dash forward when he heard a loud crash. As he turned to see the redhead right beside him, the boy. But where is his? He looked down as he saw Naruto's feet on his brother's face. I'll kill you for that, Miyaizu said, as he swung his claws after Naruto. Before Naruto could do anything, Mito jumped in the way. Her brother was always protecting her. She will return the favor as she blocked it with her kunai. Miyaizo smirked as he flicked his wrist as another claw extended and sliced Mito on her hand. Hearing the scream, Sasuke widened his eyes because he knew what was going to come next. As Kakashi stood there, he was ready to intervene at any time, but he wanted to see if his kids could handle this. Kakashi then felt a shockwave through the area. The place became very tense, and it felt like, how could he describe this? Death. Miyaizo stepped back in fear as Mito leaped back, holding her bleeding arm. As Miyaizo looked at the boy in front of him, his golden eyes shining through the mist, as Naruto stepped forward, before Miyaizo knew it, Naruto's hand was already connected with his face. As Naruto drove him in the ground in a brutal fashion, the ground under him exploded with so much pressure. Miyaizo was knocked out cold. Naruto then raised his hand in the air as a black rod was created. He then grabbed it and drove it straight down. But Kakashi grabbed Naruto's hand. "Stop," said Kakashi. "We need to find out why they attacked us." As Naruto looked at Kakashi, he released the rod as it just vanished in the thin air. As Kakashi narrowed his eyes, what the hell was that? Kakashi then released Naruto as Naruto walked over. "Are you okay?" "I'm fine," Mito said. "What were you thinking jumping away like that?" he asked. "It's just, you always protect me," she said. "I want to prove that I'm strong enough to protect you as well." Hearing that, Naruto simply smiled. As he came closer and placed a hand on her shoulder. "I'm your big brother. It's my responsibility to watch out for you. And I already told you, Mito, as long as I'm here you will always be safe. And I'm happy that you are willing to jump in the fight for my safety as well. Yeah, as you said, you're my big brother. I will protect you as well," she said, giving him a warm smile. Naruto then reached down into his pouch, as he then noticed something with her hand. "Kakashi-sensei," he said, "come here." Kakashi then came over. "What is it?" "Look at that wound." As Kakashi noticed, As Kakashi went over and he looked at the blade, it was laden with poison. "Poison," Naruto said, as he rushed closer to Mito. "How do we get rid of it?" Naruto said. "We would have to go back to the village." "Well then, we're going back," Naruto said, without a second thought. "No," Mito said, "I'm not going to be the one to make us responsible for failing this mission. I will get it out my way," she said, as she pulled a kunai. She was about to stab it in her own hand, but Naruto caught her hand. "What the hell are you doing?" "I'm going to leak the poison out," she said. "That will just affect your hand," Naruto said, as he pulled a small scalpel from his pouch. "It's gonna hurt a bit," he told her. "It's fine, just get it out." As he sliced the top part, as the poison with the blood started to leak out, as Mito winks in pain. "It's alright, almost done," Naruto said, as the poison leaked out. After the poison was out, Naruto wrapped her hand in bandages. "Thank you," she said. "It's alright," Naruto said. "Hey you!" As Naruto turned towards Tazuna. You talking to me?" Tazuna said. "Yeah, you," Naruto said as he stepped forward. "Who are those guys?" How should I know?" Tazuna said. "You told us. This was a C-rank mission. We're supposed to be protecting you from bandits. But those two are a rather high tuning level. So, what is going on here?" "I have no idea," Tazuna said. Naruto narrowed his eyes dangerously, making Tazuna flinch. "You're lying, old man. Tell me what is going on," he said in a rather dangerous tone, as it was sounding very cynical. Tazuna then released a long sigh. "I lied," he said, feeling the pressure coming on him. The group turned towards him. "Lied about what?" said Kakashi. As Tazuna told them about Gato. "You lied about the mission report," said Kakashi. "This could have been very dangerous for us, and could have resulted in getting someone killed." As Tazuna lowered his head. As Naruto stepped forward. "You lied about the mission, which is higher than we think, and you put my sister in danger," Naruto said. Kakashi then noticed something in Naruto's hand, the veins flexing on it as he noticed a cold look in Naruto's eyes. Kakashi quickly stepped forward as he stood in front of Naruto. "Calm down," he said, looking back at Naruto. As Naruto noticed his hands was tightening up as he stepped away from the situation. "Well, we will have to go back," said Kakashi, and informed the Hokage about this. As Tazuna lowered his head in shame, and he was starting to sweat because fear was setting in now. He was certainly going to be killed if he went back alone. "No, we can't do that," said Mito. As Sasuke looked towards her. "What are you talking about?" "We have to continue this mission. If we leave these people to suffer, what better are we," she said, "than that evil scum called Gato?" He's been troubling these people for so long now. We can't allow him to continue his mad terrain. We have to help them. Don't you agree with me, Sasuke? She asked, giving him the puppy dog eyes. As Sasuke looked at her. As Sasuke simply shrugged. I wanted to fight some opponents, he said. She didn't even have to turn to Naruto, as she just said, big brother. If Mito is going, I'm going, Naruto said. Kakashi sighed, as he saw how Mito just manipulated the both of them. Naruto with his love for his sister, and Sasuke with his love for fighting a stronger opponent. As this girl was rather clever, and yet she acted all innocent. So Kakashi-sensei, what do you say? Fine then. As Tazuna turned towards Mito. Thank you, he said, as he gave her a small bow. No problem. Let's continue on. And with that, the group headed off. They took a boat as they got back to shore. How much farther? Asked Mito. We've been walking for a long time now. Not much longer, said Tazuna. Naruto came beside Kakashi-sensei. Kakashi-sensei, do you feel that? As he narrowed his eyes at Naruto. What are you talking about? The area. This mist is not natural. Just wide out your senses. As Kakashi did as he was told, as he could feel it. How did you pick up on that? Asked Kakashi. It hit me the first time we set foot on here. I thought it was just my imagination, but it's there. Small amount of chakra lace in the mist. This mist is not ordinary. It seems like we're gonna be caught up in a trap. As Naruto narrowed his eyes around. But where are they? They're using the mist as a good cover. With the chakra spreading out in the mist, it's hard for me to detect the one chakra source. But it's somewhere around here. Naruto then snapped his eyes to the left. Duck, he said as he tackled Mito down towards the ground. As Kakashi tackled Tazuna, as Sasuke leaped down, as a giant sword passed over their head and stabbed right into a tree. Zabuza then flashed on the end of the sword. How surprising. Kakashi Hatake, the famous copy ninja. I never expected to catch you out here. Well, your reputation quietly pursues you. Zabuza, the demon of the mist, said Kakashi. I see my name is known by you as well. I must be becoming famous, said Zabuza with a small chuckle to himself. Now, if you don't want me to kill your kids right there, I suggest you just do us all a favor and hand over that old man to me. It is my job to get him after all. Well, the thing is we can't, said Kakashi, because it's my job to protect him. So we can't hand him over to you. It's that so, said Zabuza as he leaped from the tree and pulled his massive sword out. I'll give you one last try to think that over. What do you say, kids? How about all of you just simply run away? And I'll take the bridge builder. You can leave behind your sensei. Besides, this is a cruel ninja world. You don't want to die, you're just kids. You haven't even lived your life yet. We will never give up, Mito said. Yeah, no matter what, Sasuke said. We won't allow you to take the old man. It's our mission after all. Smart cocky kids. And what about you, he said, looking towards Naruto. As Naruto didn't say anything. Well then, Kakashi, you seem like you have 3 brave students. But he then vanished as he appeared in between them, as he was right beside Tazuna with a smirk on his face. It seems they were all too slow, and now they're going to... Zabuza couldn't get to finish that sentence, as he had to raise up his sword rather quickly, as a feet nearly connected with his face. It was from Naruto. As Naruto's feet connected with the sword, Zabuza was beyond shock. Behind the power of his kid's kick, as he was sent pushing back, he flipped and landed on the water surface. He looked at his blade to see. It then cracked a bit. What the hell? Well, there it go for you, said Kakashi. None of us are willing to give up. Zabuza chuckled. You're a strong kid indeed. I guess I underestimate you. But it doesn't matter, he said, as the entire area started to fill more with mist, where no one could see in front of them. But it was surprising for Naruto, yes. His eyes were incredibly something else. He could see everything. He could see Zabuza as he was standing on the center releasing the mist. Zabuza then released a killer intent that washed over the area, as Mito and Sasuke were shaking violently, as Sasuke couldn't understand his feeling, as he became scared so easily. He wanted to fight stronger opponents. He wanted to prove that he was stronger, but this, it was just beyond, as Mito felt tears already building up in her eyes. She couldn't take this feeling anymore. But then the both of them felt a hand rest on their shoulder. As Naruto released his chakra, Kakashi was surprised as Naruto's chakra blew away any amount of killing intent that Zabuza sent his way. As Kakashi smiled because of that. Well then, thank you Naruto. I'll end this, Kakashi said. As Zabuza looked over at Naruto, this kid is quite something indeed. It's not every day that He then had to duck a swipe from Kakashi. Kakashi, sneaking up on me like that. This misses mind thing, said Zabuza. As the both of them started to clash. What should we do, said Mito, as she stood there holding on to her kunai. Stay here and protect the bridge builder, Naruto said. I'm sure Kakashi can handle this. But what if he can't, Sasuke said. It will be okay, Naruto said, as he stood in front of the two of them. As the bridge builder was at the back, the both of them standing in front of him with their kunais as Naruto stood there with a calm expression on his face. He could see everything that was going on, and he could see that Kakashi was not taking this seriously, because he can see the eye that Kakashi had. He had a Sharingan under that headband. As Kakashi got tricked, as he got captured in a water prison, Kakashi cursed as he couldn't get out, as Zabuza pushed his hand into water prison, trapping Kakashi. Water prison complete, said Zabuza. Well, that was surely a good warm-up, Kakashi, but it's over now. I suppose this is where you tell your students to run. Get out of here, said Kakashi. He knew that Naruto was strong, but Zabuza had the experience and timing on his side, and he didn't want any of them to die because of his mistake. Run, Kakashi said. We can't do that, said Mito. We can't just leave you out here, Sensei. Yeah, we can't do that, said Sasuke. He will surely kill you and the bridge builder. It doesn't matter. Take the bridge builder and run. I can handle myself, Kakashi said. Kakashi, it's your fault, you know, Naruto says he stepped forward. As Kakashi narrowed his eyes at Naruto, you could have ended this battle rather quickly, but you chose to toy with a man and not show your true skills. Huh? You think your sensei is that great, asked Zabuza, to think that he was playing with me all along? Yes, if he wanted to, he could have ended this battle, but he made sloppy movements. So you can blame yourself for that, Kakashi. You're rather stupid doing that. Kakashi frowned hearing that. Naruto, stop talking. You're fast. Get the hell out of here with the others. For one thing, if I wanted to run and save them, Mito wouldn't want to leave. And what kind of student would I be, leaving my sensei to just to die? It's not about principle, Naruto. No, you taught us that. Leaving a comrade behind means that you're even worse than scum. So, you want us to be worse than scum, Naruto asked. Zabuza burst out laughing. Quite surprising. I never met a kid. Who is this? You're just different, said Zabuza. It's gonna be surely enjoyable killing you. Before I kill you, I want to see that look in your eyes when you realize that the world is not as you see it. Because you live in Konoha, that protective village where you stay inside and you don't witness the hatred of wars. You think that the world is all peachy and nice out here. But you should know, kid, people die on a daily basis. So it's not that much different, said Zabuza, as he created 3 water clones. I think I should let you experience what the ninja world is truly like. Run, said Kakashi. As the 3 water clones dashed forward, Naruto, what do we do? Mito asked. Just stay where you are, both of you, said Naruto. The clones then leaped towards him, as Naruto simply went down and placed his hand on top of the water. As he started to channel chakra into it, everyone's eyes went wide as a monstrous wave erupted from where Naruto's hand was. The thing was enormous. As Zabuza stepped back, his hand was still in the water dome though. As the massive wave leaped and swallowed up all of his clones, it crashed into Zabuza and the water spear as Zabuza was sent blasting back as he had to release Kakashi. As Sasuke was trembling at the sight of that power. What the hell was that, he asked, but Naruto didn't pay him any mind. My big brother is awesome, huh? As Kakashi leaped back to where Naruto and the others were. Naruto, when this is over, we're gonna need to talk, he said. As Naruto didn't say anything to him. This time, don't screw up. Don't worry, I'm gonna deal with it this time, said Kakashi as he removed his headband showing his Sharingan. What? Said Sasuke. How do you... He's not a Uchiha, Naruto said, answering Sasuke's unasked question. He will probably tell us soon enough, but for now just protect the bridge builder. As Kakashi then dashed forward, as he started to clash with Zabuza. And they soon realized that Kakashi was holding back because soon enough Zabuza was pinned against a tree as his body was in pain and agony after Kakashi beat the living crap out of him. Kakashi had his lightning blade as the lightning was cackling off his hand as he was about to end this. He then dashed forward when Zabuza winced out in pain as his head fell over. Suddenly, a missing nin appeared. The group then stepped forward along with Tazuna, still behind them. "Who are you?" said Kakashi, as he then took note of the uniform. "I'm a hunter nin from Kiri, and I was after him for a very long time now. Thank you for your assistance in help." But the hunter nin could get to finish that sentence as a brutal fist crashed into the mast that sent him flying away. He flipped in the air and landed as his nose was broken under the mast. Side of the mast then cracked and fell into the water. As Naruto looked at his hand, it seems the seal is really holding back a lot of my power for that not to break off completely. "Big brother, what are you doing?" Mito said as he rushed up. "What are you doing?" Naruto asked Kakashi. "This person's lying. They are Zabuza's subordinate. It is just a trick. They knew you were going to kill Zabuza. They were here watching the entire time. I was just waiting for them to show their face." "Huh. It seems you're rather skilled for someone your age," said the hunter nin as it picked up itself. "But I can't let you kill Zabuza-sama. The moment you fling those needles after me, you sign your fate, because I will kill you," Naruto said in a cold tone. As Kakashi noticed something, his sister didn't pay any attention when Naruto said cold things or did dark things, as he wanted to understand the reason behind that. But Sasuke did pay attention, as Sasuke was beside Naruto. "What now?" Sasuke asked as he looked at Kakashi. "Well, if this guy is Zabuza's accomplice, we can't allow him to take him, because he will just recover him to healthy and we'll have to fight him again. It's gonna be rather difficult fighting all of you. But I've been watching you for a while as well, and I know what your weakness is," the hunter nin said, looking at Naruto. As Naruto then spun around as he noticed an ice mirror form a distance behind Mito. "Mito, watch out," he said, as Mito wasn't fast enough, as another hunter nin appeared and launched several senbon needles. Mito shut her eyes, waiting for the pain, but no pain came, as the group spun around as well to see the sight as Naruto was standing over Mito. His face looked like he was in pain a bit, as several needles were sticking in his back. In the distraction, the hunter nin grabbed Zabuza and flashed away, as Kakashi rushed over, as Naruto collapsed down. "Big brother," Mito said, as she started to cry instantly. I'm so sorry. If I hadn't..." "It's alright," Naruto said, as he gave her a small smile. "Despite him being in pain, we have to get them out of him," said Sasuke, as Kakashi stepped forward, but Naruto told him to stay back, as he picked up himself as Kakashi watched, as Naruto simply flared his chakra, as a wave of chakra exploded out of him that blew the needles out of him, as he huffed a bit, but other than that he was fine, as there was a small trickle of blood running down his back. But Kakashi then noticed the holes. They all closed rather quickly. Kakashi was getting curious and curious, as it seemed like Naruto had an incredible healing ability, even faster than the fox. Seeing that Mito's hand took a while to heal after the cut, but it did heal fast, but Naruto healed instantly. Well, it was because those were senbon needles, and they were rather smaller. But Naruto wasn't supposed to have a healing ability like that. He would surely have a lot to tell back to the old man when he get back to the village. The kid was truly something impressive. He was well past Genin level. The only reason he was probably staying back in the academy was for his sister's sake. Kakashi then sighed. "The enemies are dealt with for now. I'm going down, guys," he said, as Mito rushed over and caught Kakashi. "You're heavy, sensei," as he was draped over her shoulder. Naruto summoned two clones as the both of them heist Kakashi up and took him without any effort. "So, Tazuna, mind leading us back to your house?" Naruto said. "Oh, right this way," said Tazuna. Meanwhile, Haku stopped in the forest and coughed up blood after removing the mask. That punch Kid given her was something deadly. He reached up his hand to touch his nose, as it was surely sore from the punch. How could one kid be that fast and strong? He then looked over at Zabuza to see him still unconscious. Well, he was going to remove the needles yet, until they get back to the hideout. As he continued his trip, time skip. It was the next day as Kakashi slowly opened his eyes as he realized he was in a room. He tried to pick himself up, but he was in pain. After that battle with Zabuza and overusing his Sharingan, his body was heavily exhausted. Well, at least he could relax for now. After the damage he dealt to Zabuza, and after that death-like state the Missinin put him in, it will take a while for him to come back, so he can relax and enjoy his favorite. He then started to check his entire body. What the hell is going on, he said, as he started to curse. What? As he then heard small shuffling behind him as he tilted his head upwards to see Naruto sitting there with his orange book. Naruto, what the hell are you doing with that? He asked. You are out cold. So I decided to see what the fuss was about. As he was looking at the book. Those books aren't for kids, you know, said Kakashi. Precisely. And every single day, you read this porn while you're with kids. Hey, it's not... Well, Kakashi said to himself. Come on, give it back, he said. As Naruto closed the book and slid over to Kakashi, as Kakashi caught it. So what happened? Well, we came back to the house. The others are downstairs eating breakfast already. You've been passed out like this. You know that Sharingan isn't useful. Huh? What do you mean by that? Well, it makes you stronger. Because of it giving you ability to use other abilities, right? Yes, the copy abilities. I figured that, Naruto said. That is why they call you the copy ninja. But, if it makes you this exhausted afterwards, what if there was more than one opponent? What would you do then? Well, the situation would be messed up than this, he said. Precisely. I can understand why it is affecting you though. Why is that, said Kakashi. He already know the reason, but he wanted to see what Naruto was talking about. It's because you cannot activate it and cancel it like Sasuke, am I right? Yes. It has to be constantly on, so keep on taking a supply of my chakra. And that is what makes your chakra level so low, said Naruto. Exactly, said Kakashi. You know, you're rather smart for being a little kid. Well, you can stay here and rest. Until Zabuza decides to show his face again. I'll be training Mito and Sasuke, so you have nothing to worry about. And what exactly are you going to be teaching them? Well, they already know the tree walking and water walking, said Naruto. I'll just be teaching them a little on taijutsu, and also some more ninjutsus, so you have nothing to worry about. Just get back to full shape. Because if this time you fail to kill Zabuza, I'll kill him myself. Naruto, wait, said Kakashi. How did you produce that iron back then? Against the demon brothers. You mean this? As Naruto raised his hand as the iron dropped right into it. Yeah, what is that? I have no idea, to tell you the truth. I was training out in the forest one night, when I was aiming after a tree, but instead of releasing a jutsu, this iron suddenly appeared and pierced right through the tree. It is quite deadly, and I can increase the length and the girth about it, he said, as Naruto with another larger iron, and I can also shape it into ways that I want to use it. What do you mean by that, Kakashi asked, as Naruto held out his hand as an ox formed from the black metal. Incredible, said Kakashi. This seemed like a bloodline, but I couldn't tell what it was. If I was to say, I would call it creation, seeing that I can create things out of thin air. Naruto, do you know exactly how much chakra you have? Not really. Ever since I was much younger, the old man kept on putting seals on me. As Naruto lifted up his shirt, this is the newest one, Naruto said. Naruto, you know what kind of seal that is? It's called the Toma seal or something like that, Naruto said. Yes, and it's incredibly strong. That is to subdue powerful shinobis, even Kage level shinobis. And you're having the Toma seal, and still being able to produce chakra. That is unreal, Naruto. This is the reason why the old man don't want you to use your chakra. If you do, this will be quite troublesome for everyone. If anyone finds out that you have this amount of chakra, for someone your age, Naruto, this is just beyond rare, beyond anything even I have ever seen before. The old man always told me that I was special from others. It seems I truly am, Naruto said. Just make sure to not go overboard, said Kakashi. Because if that chakra inside of you was to ever release on one source, it will be quite deadly. Don't worry about me, Naruto said. The thing is, the old man kept worrying about things, but I have everything under control. What do you mean about that? I don't know how, but after the years, my chakra just seemed to calm itself. I can use that full capacity. But the old man still doesn't trust me. But it doesn't matter. I don't need so much chakra anyway. The threats are not yet big. But soon enough they will get larger. And then I will have to become something other than this weak little state to deal with them. Naruto then got up. What about you performing jutsus without weaving hand signs? That was never a problem for me, Naruto said. I was able to do things like these. As he raised his hand as a fireball created inside of it. It just come natural to me, I don't understand. But I'm able to manipulate all of them. All of them, said Kakashi. Yes, all. As Kakashi was taken aback by that. For Naruto to be able to handle all natures and manipulate them at such a degree where he doesn't have to weave hand signs. Even the third Hokage still use hand signs. Kakashi was speechless. Well, I'll start their training, Naruto said. Just get well. As he left the room. Time skip. The next day, Kakashi was still recovering, and Naruto had left a clone behind to train both Sasuke and Mito. As Naruto was currently in the forest, sometimes he just liked to relax and not do anything really. He still wanted to remove the seal from his body, but the only way to do that without the old man or that other man, Jiraiya, it was to release all of his chakra at once and force them to break apart. It was like breaking through it. But he couldn't do that here, the fluctuation of chakra would be too much. And he wouldn't want to release that here. As he was resting in a grassy field, as the place was rather cool, with a lot of clouds and the sun barely shining, as he decided to take a small little nap. Before he could do that though, he sensed something coming from a distance away. As he just lied here, the person don't seem to mean him any threat. As he waited, he then saw someone walking up to him. They had a basket in their hand. They had black hair, and they were wearing a kimono. Meanwhile, Haku was watching Naruto lying on the ground. As Haku noticed he was that boy. He is a danger to Zabuza-sama. I must put an end to him, Haku said. As he reached for a senbon in his hair, pulling out the senbon in his hair fell down. As he was going to end his life, but Haku stuttered. He was just a kid. As he didn't want to, but he put a threat on Zabuza-sama's life. Naruto then opened one of his eyes, shocking Haku, as he quickly disposed of the senbon. Why are you watching me sleep? Naruto asks. Oh, sorry about that. It is just rather rare to find someone sleeping out here, given that the wave is a very violent place. So to let your guard down that much, you must be quite a skill of a ninja. Yes, you must be quite strong to be able to defend yourself. What do you want? Naruto said. Oh, can you please excuse me? I'm trying to get to those herbs behind you. These are healing herbs, Naruto said. You have someone sick? Yes, one of my friends, who need cure right now. So can I please get them? Sure thing, Naruto said as he moved a bit, as Haku placed the herbs in the basket. Hey, you never told me your name. What is yours? Naruto said. Oh, my name is Haku. The name is Naruto. Nice to meet you, Haku. As he extended his hand, as both of them shake each other's hands. It's a pleasure, Naruto. Say, do you have someone special to you? Someone special to me? Yes. You know, I believe, becoming strong, you desire someone special to you because when you have someone special, that is when you can train and push yourself to protect that person. That is why you have special people. So do you have one? Yes, I have someone special. Naruto then chuckled a bit. What's so funny? You know, I was about to kill you, Naruto said, as his tone turned rather cold and icy, as Haku took a step back. What? I know you're the one that came to Zabuza's aid. A minute ago, I was thinking of snapping your neck right here. For what you pull out there, in trying to harm my sister. But I can see that you're just brainwashed and stupid. It seemed like Zabuza really found a way to get you on his side, making you think that he's precious to you, and making you think that you're precious to him. But it seems like he's just using you. Watch your mouth, Haku said. Before I do anything, I must ask, why do you pretend to be a boy? What? I am a boy. You're lying, Naruto said. You're a girl. But you tape down your body rather well. What? As Haku took a step back, what are you talking about? It must be because girls are seen rather weak here in the bandit thing. So you decide to pretend to be a boy in order to prove that you're strong. It doesn't matter. So you think Zabuza is special to you? Haku, reach back for the Senbon. I don't know how you knew that so quickly, but I can't tell you to hurt him. That's the thing. I have nothing against this Zabuza guy. Once he doesn't come after me or my friends, especially my sister. And for you, Naruto said, you tried to kill my sister. Yes, you tried to kill her, Naruto said as he picked himself up. That is why I was about to snap your neck. But I can see now you were doing it. For your precious person. The way you talk, the vibes I feel off of you. The vibes, she said. You are not evil. You're just messed up. You're not a bad person. You don't want to go down this dark path. But you only see Zabuza as a precious person. That is why you continue to follow him. So I can understand that. If my sister was the one going down this dark path, I wouldn't even question it. I would try to get her out of it, but if it was stuck in her head, I would forsake everyone just to protect her. Is she that special to you? Of course she is. I grew her. The both of us grew up together. We had no one, except for a few people here and there, while they were just there to watch us. But every day in and out, it was me and her. And I made it my life goal to protect her, no matter what. So, I can't allow you and Zabuza to keep on living, because I'm sure that Zabuza will force you to attack us. And if anything bad should happen, I would hate myself if I didn't end you right here. Haku quickly jumped back, as Naruto stepped forward. I'm sorry, but I have to stop you. I can't allow you to hurt Zabuza-sama. Do what you must. We must fight to protect our precious person after all. As Haku went through hand sign, ice release. Submission frozen. As she placed her hand on the ground, as a blanket of ice started to spread out. Naruto leaped up in the air, but the ice spikes came after him. The moment he touched back down, his feet was frozen as the ice came up and stopped at his waist. I'm sorry about this, Haku said as she stepped forward. I really don't want to hurt you. But we can make a deal. What deal? Naruto said. Haku was shocked. He was so calm, despite being frozen, from the leg going up to his waist, and she could kill him at any moment. You could take your friends and run, and just leave the bridge builder and leave this place. Can't do that, Naruto said. But you have to. Can't do that. My sister won't leave, and I won't leave her alone. And I'm sure that Sasuke wants to fight you. So yeah, that's gonna be something difficult to convince her to do. Please don't make me do this, Haku said. Naruto started to move his hand. This is strange, he said. What is? This is ice release, isn't it? How did you create it? Haku narrowed her eyes at him. What are you asking me? I want to know how did you create this ice release? Since I'm going to end you anyway. It's a combination of my bloodline. I'm from the Yuki clan. The Yuki clan, the old man told me about that. You were from here, right? But your clan was wiped out. You're the last member. Unfortunately, yes, Haku said. So that is why Zabuza took you on. You're the last member of our rare clan. He just used you. Don't say that about Zabuza-sama. He will never use me. He's my precious person. He's dear for me. He has been the only one to give me purpose in my life. So watch your mouth. So how did you create this? Naruto asked. Haku narrowed her eyes. Why are you acting so calm? Can you answer my question, please? Naruto said. I mix the wind and water together, but my bloodline make it possible. So if I were to mix wind and water together, you can't do it, she said. It's my blood. Haku was taken aback as the ice exploded around Naruto, and they all turned into spikes in mid-air, just floating around him deadly. How are you? Are you a Yuki member? No, Naruto said, but it seems I'm able to control these ice as well. How is this possible? Haku said as he started to step back. Naruto then flicked his wrist as all of the ice went towards Haku with tremendous speed. Haku quickly raised her hand and tried to stop them, but they were forcing past her block. How are you this strong in me in my own bloodline? Naruto then sensed something coming from above. I finally found you, a voice said. As Naruto looked up to see someone floating, looking down at him as he saw the person floating. But guys, to be in this episode right here. If you want to see the next part, if you already know what to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification as they posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. But for now, I'm out. See you guys soon. Peace. And also, guys, go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto was banished and got a supernatural ability. And stay in tune because I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Aizuna Uchiha was Naruto's ancestor. And on this channel, I'm going to be posting a brand new episode of What If Naruto's a badass genius, so stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm out. See you guys soon. Peace.